Today for New Music Monday, we're gonna look at the brand new album from Lady Gaga, and it's called Art Pop. It's obvious why there was so little hype built around the release of this album compared to the other big records this year, and that's because the record company knew they didn't have much to sell in this case. This summer, one of the executives at Interscope actually said that the new record from Lady Gaga was going to bring you to tears, and to be honest, he was actually right. This album is so poorly done that it's tough on your ears and it actually hurts. And the opening song is the worst of them all. It's nothing more than a blatant whoring of every single word and phrase she could come up with that makes her sound edgy. Unfortunately, that's just what she thought, because that's not how it comes off. It ends up sounding completely forced, completely artificial, like she's trying way too hard, and it's just a bad song. But the second track shows the other massive issue with this album, as it tries its hardest to be a good dance club track, but the raw material, the basics of it just aren't there. And then all of the mistakes on this record come together perfectly on the track GUI. And you have to say to yourself, seriously, are you even trying anymore? It's almost sad how little effort she puts into these lyrics throughout the record, and it's a bit insulting to her fans. The music is a little bit better on this one, but the lyrics are so vapid that it ruins the entire song. I will say there are some musical orchestrations on this album that will definitely have the clubs bouncing if the DJs can find the instrumental versions, or else they're just gonna have a dance floor full of people laughing their asses off at the sophomoric verses here. I get that she likes to be edgy and she likes to push the boundaries on what pop music can be, but this is not that. She's not making any point by writing feeble verses and dropping scandalous words every few lines. Overall, this record is a complete insult to everything she's built before. It's not artsy, it's not edgy, it's just sad. And that's one of the big issues that runs throughout this entire album. Whenever the music is good enough, the lyrics completely kill any potential for a good song. Talking about sex, even in the blunt way she does on these songs, it's just not edgy anymore. It's not gonna set off any conservative groups, and it's certainly not gonna add any more to her wannabe anti-mainstream image. It honestly just comes off as lazy. That's the big issue here. This album sounds like it's not finished. And while you can get away with that sound from time to time, it's almost impossible to pull it off in the world of electronic or dance. It really sounds like she and her production team knew that they had to get the album out because they'd pushed the release date back so many times. So they just packaged whatever they had and hoped no one would realize these songs weren't done. And due to that, the songs are totally uninteresting and completely unentertaining. I mean, at times she's even ripping herself off, bringing back old melodies and lyrics that she's already written before. And the track Donatella, really? Are you in 7th grade? I mean, this is lame. It's really lame. It's an attempt to write a diss track that's outright hilarious. It's so bad. And at the same time, on a lot of levels, it's completely hypocritical. The reality is this album is not completely terrible. There are some musical orchestrations that are definitely worth checking out, but in almost every case, the lyrics are so bad you have to try as hard as you can just to not hear them. Lady Gaga has clearly lost the plot here. She's trying too hard, and that natural artsy instinct that she used to have is completely absent here. And on the buy it or borrow it, I'll give this one a minimal borrow it. You should definitely check out the music, but just ignore the lyrics. Oh, and by the way, Gaga, you're not going to be the first one to play in space. Colonel Chris Hadfield did that from the International Space Station already, so you're gonna have to come up with some other publicity stunt to try and keep your name relevant. So that's what I got for you guys today. I hope you dug it. If you did, go ahead and click subscribe, leave a comment, click like, whatever you want to do. You can follow me on Twitter and Facebook right here, and I'll see you guys again next time.